I am expecting to bring in a little bit of new ideas into this Partizan mix.
100% already seeing a little bit of movement into this B site. Fully taken over here for Partizan as Tricked completely vacate the premise and look to go for that 5v5 retake. Partizan, can they disrupt before the flow comes in for the Trick side? The flash allows Nodius the crunch, but instead it's Skull that goes down. Still, close fight, but it does seem Trick are not getting the better end of this one. Kindo is able to put Valde in a really tough spot, present himself in front of him, a little bit of damage, but all Dragon needs to do is escape the smoke and land the bullet at the back of his opponent's head. Now for a bit of a mid push though. It's 4 players strong. Croc, that is a lovely 1 dig. And the bomb dropped. Information for Tricked. Players are approaching, calling his team for reinforcements, but again, a cautious approach on the cross is required. Nodius holding within the smoke, wanting to disrupt, but he is spotted quickly. Dragon. There's a sense here for Tricked that he's around, and that's an AK upgrade for the youngest for Tricked.
They'll give it a go. They got the kill cleanly. No kid, so you gotta be quick with it, but you've got a chance.
You really do. Partizan, all 3 in the middle of the site. Not really wanting to take these deep positions. The first spotted already, but the trade goes in favor of Vlixa Leon. Mac10 and MP9 doing some heavy lifting. Vladimir realizes this is a bit far out of reach. Has a self-assisted flash to dropping into this one, but Valde, all he has to do is keep his teammate alive. On his efforts to defuse Trick, get a clean retake underway. Smart to spot out where Dragon was hiding and clean up thereafter.
A couple months ago, he was playing the Gamebox Festival 2025 LAN event. He was still an Astralis Talent player back then.
Sure.
He did lose to Trick in a 0-2 fashion, but played quite well. Then he played 1 more game with Astralis Talent and got picked up by Trick.
Yeah, it didn't take long for Trick to get their scouting work done. But this is looking very smooth sailing here for the Trick side, as if they're cosplaying janitors, really. Mops out, swept the floor, and that is going to be a 2nd round in pocket. Will start to make their move, and you can also see Depression slowly inching closer to this B-bomb site. One of the 2 players with just a pistol in hand, but most importantly, C4 in his back. Leaks is the one with first blood, though. That's going to complicate the affair for Partizan. Losing Vlad in here, so they group up their players. A bit of a bunch up in mid again. 1 minute on the clock. Just to start making moves. Only 3 flashes available to them.
They haven't spotted the op yet either, which could be a little bit of an issue. Well, now they have. Salazar collects this one. It's so easy for him to get the kill. And now they're pretty much forced to go for the B play. You don't want to run into the op anymore. You don't really have the util to deal with him. Just 2 flashes and you're hoping for the best. But Trick just playing this one on a bit of a retake setup. Yeah,
clean protocols. You know you've gotten 2 picks already. Just drop back and let Partizan make the move. Walk into your arms. Leaks with a 1-2.
Careful.
Is a bit under trouble with Collins finding a double kill. Not out of reach winning this round, especially with the bomb plant and another pick. This is within reason. Collins on fire. Looking for another head. Salazar posted. Surely you know an AWP is in place. Flash though. Falls Salazar out of position. Croc taking a 1 down finally, putting an end to Collins' spree. Kindo down to 20. So Trick should have this one under control. Switch to the AK here, back to Valde.
They've got an aid.
If it's well placed, that is the question. Molly to Brock out, cave access. Kindo reveals himself as he gets out of the angle. Valde knows that if he just holds on to this angle, there's nothing Kindo can do. And Salazar just hides away. Make sure that he doesn't go down with a ship there as Trick gets...
Kindo pretty much forced to hold on to his rifle, back to buying ways for the side of Partizan, the previous one being a little bit of a hard buy only, but you need something to change.
Croc sticking around this time around. In cubby. Valde's there for assistance, but you don't quite anticipate Croc swinging there. He's already won and nearly cleaned up the second. Somehow Kindo is able to escape with his life. Just 2 points of health. If you're Partizan, you've got to respect them here. Just complete drop back and reassess. Look at the push up in ramp though.
Do you have a choice? Croc is absolutely crazy, so reckless, and the block is perfect in towards the B-bomb side. They just can't go.
Oh,
the map is closed. The ball has been dropped.
As well.
Look at him go.
They're coming in from all directions, Ted. Tricked are able to completely block Partizan in. It's so difficult to deal with all these players, all of these positions. Nodius, up close. First contact, the potential push from Vladen. And it's the easiest spray of his life. And Kindo will go down shortly after that. Tricked. Entering a bit of a spree here on the CT side, feeling very comfortable. And I'm starting to get worried about Partizan here. This is their own map pick.
The group stage went perfectly for them. A 2-0 win over Mix, a 2-1 game over ECLOT. So you felt like maybe even in terms of being warmed up, Partizan should have been in the better position. Doesn't feel like they're warmed up.
And that's the approach you take, Collins. Nice pickup.
Oh my God.
That flash is superb from Salazar. Croc somehow has been unleashed. Oh, you've created a monster. Croc really finding his groove. And Depression realizes he's all by himself. Heavy lifting required with Salazar having his number dialed in, shut down. That is some quick work there from Croc.
I really feel like from this point onwards, this is just turning into a map of can Partizan wake up on time for Nuke, right? Because they get to start on the CT side of Nuke. This is still not unsalvageable completely for the conversation about the series, but this map, it just looks done.
You need this round at least for Partizan. You need to get this going. Give you a better chance in the second half. Depression,
all right.
Great opener. Doubles up as well. That's a decent transfer through the smoke. Salazar, nice little swing. Unsure that he spotted his opponent first, especially with the flashes being thrown in. Not impossible for the retake, but Leaks is the one that needs to be the front man, the only one with the AK. Depression being low could quickly be a very close affair. Break out of the smoke with an HE. Depression will be spouting out his opponent first, and with that, Salazar has to do it in a 1v3 fashion. This is going to be tough, especially with the big green. Depression hands himself over, but at least he gives his team the info. Vladen with the cross line covered. 9-3 is the score by the end of this half. At least Partizan
Map a little bit more competitive and maybe have something to say about Nuke, but at this point, it would be straight up disrespectful to say Trick don't deserve to close it here and now.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make their life easier by winning this pistol round. But for now, a full grouped effort in mid. A bit of a late push as well from Valder. Collins able to chip Salazar away from the rest of the pack as Tricked make their way into this A site. Nodius takes a step backwards to deal with Dragon, trying to rotate over. The luck for Dragon still not finding its way back in. And with this C4 being put into the ground, Partizan have a bit of a struggle in their hands, a bit of a gap to close into the A site. Still, Brock can heal the commotion. Able to land the quick 1-2 onto Depression. Vladen, there's a bit of an answer. Here we go, that's more like it by Vladen. Croc is disruptive, to say the least. But Nodius is in that 1v2 now. Sure, the bomb is planted for him, but indeed a kit is available, and so is there a cover for the smoke. Nodius, what do? Wanting to go for the knife? His opponent stands there as a human meat shield, and it's enough to permit the defuse.
Yeah, you know what? This is what they wanted. We don't care how clean the round is. We only care about whether they win it or not. This is how you get a bit of a closer map. The knife kill still coming in, meaning there will be an AK-47 for sure going into the next round there. Vladen with a couple nice shots. Nodius securing that extra money, of course. Might as well try and win a couple more rounds.
Yeah, I think it's still a scary second round here for Trick. A couple of rifles available to them, and we know that the Mac-10 and Tech-9s can pack quite a punch on the pacey rounds.
Yeah.
Vladen gets caught out first.
Ooh.
The perfect entry for Croc. And now a breakaway into this B site imminent. Collins, and they're in a bit of trouble. Fire, lead, everything thrown at him. It's uncomfortable, and Trick know that this site is theirs.
That's it. You got to call it off. Spam is coming in. They're trying to find a reason to stick around and potentially go for it. But Croc is coming in from the back lines. Dragon needed to win the fight. Does so. And that's another rifle that I'm not sure Dragon really wants to upgrade to. Might as well hold on to the M4. Yeah. But you know what? Croc is a genius.
At least an idea of how to read their opponents. But we haven't really seen too much of the mind games being played out so far. Germany push here. Doesn't work out Partizan way. Instead, Depression is the first to fall.
A lot of damage done, though. You could still capitalize on it. League's down to 63. Salazar is low. Notice does go down. That's to the Galil of Vladen. So there is an opportunity right here for Partizan.
Check out the timing on Croc. He could potentially push out onto the A side and create some havoc here. Vladen, though, is able to find 2 in total this round. Dragon expecting someone to be nearby. That's a great read. Croc no longer having A site control. It's back to the drawing board for Tricked.
Gotta rotate back to B bomb side. Thing is, Collins hasn't moved away from that cave angle, and especially with the MP9 in hand.
It's looking more unlikely for Tricked by the second. Ooh, Colin's missing out on the timing. But surely you must know Cave could be inhabited. Surely you must consider it as a point of contact. Collins cleanly takes care of VOD. Leaks. Also spotted. Self-assisted flash. But it bears no fruit. Partizan can collectively move into the site. That's a decent spray down. A double kill. The spray connects onto Collins' head as well. But the fact that Partizan had a third player, a third body to throw at the problem, it's enough. That's what they needed. Another breakaway, and Trick could find themselves under economical collapse.
Also, we have to keep it to the back of our minds that Collins is fairly new to the IGL role, right? He's not been an in-game leader all his life. So when you've got an IGL like that, sometimes momentum is going to be a big thing, right? You start winning a couple rounds, then he's getting more confidence, there's more ideas flowing in, and the team just starts playing better in general.
Tricked. No secret. B-site is the target. And it's also no secret that Partizan have found two. Without any fight back, sure, Vald is able to deal with him, but with a famous found sprays to the smoke. And suddenly, even Steven, 3v3. And Bomb not sticking to this B site. This is going to keep Partizan busy a little bit, but surely they'll clear and realize soon. But by the time they do that, Tricked will be on the other side of the map.
It's all about how aggressive Salazar wants to be, and this is a good approach. Stay in towards tempo. Make sure you're not giving away your position with the shadow.
Surely you must expect something like this in Temple already.
Valda's got a free kill on middle.
Valda's not looking.
Oh!
He was looking in the wrong direction. He was having a look at red at that time. Nodius shutting down his first contact. Dragon, it's all down to him now, and I feel like you know where he's coming from. He's got a sprint, so the footsteps are heard. A kit right in front of him. So if he does get the clutch there, potentially could be time, but knows without the information, with potential repositioning from the Trick players, he cannot be winning this one. Has to wave the white flag, Tricked on 11, and that's what they needed to get back into this game.
Yeah, and this is going to be a little bit painful. Dragon staying alive, you're looking at the money, it's still not salvaged.
Disrupting Partizan time and time again, albeit the early successes in each of the halves. The Balkan squad not able to quite get a hold of this map so far, but this time it looks a little bit different. 2 picks to nothing. The 2 rifles doing work. Tricked. If they don't find an answer soon, they could be in trouble. Nobody shuts down Collins' life, but the push onto the A site seems unstoppable.
You got to be careful. You don't want to be giving away around like this one. You don't want this to be the way that you lose the map. Depression is able to catch him on a bit of a timing. Salazar still ended up dropping another one, though. It's the 2v3. It's still doable for the T's.
Very much doable. Valda wins a very close 1v1 against Vladan there. Down to 35 points of health.
Eyes on Nodius. He's going for that late flank.
Around the world, but he's the only one left. No one holding down the fort. Slowly creeping his way. Surely you must realize that there's a prospect of Nodius being behind you. Kindo on the defuse, the kit is there, you've got to connect with the spray. Indeed you have, but now you've revealed your position. Depression can now swing. You need to connect with a headshot, but Depression gets there on time.
He doesn't have time, he needs to pick up the kit.
He's got the kit, and he's got time.
He doesn't have it.
He's got time. This is so close. So damn close! Oh no! Having half a second more, or taking in a moment to find the kit before you start defusing could have been it, but Trick get away with murder. Nodius trying to create a gap throughout it, 30 seconds, and the smart reposition has been made. Great call by Valda. But the Monte again, interrupting the block. 20 seconds, this has allowed 2 players to already place themselves to the back of the site. Make that 3, Dragon with a 5-7, and there's nothing to clear this. There's a fire line, Vladan hasn't just been tested yet, but quickly is shut down. Sure, Salazar takes down his own team in the process, but he's cleared out the site. Look at the flank though, Collins, he can interrupt the bomb plant. Nodius turns around, right on time. And now Kindo's all that remains. But I'm afraid the chances that Partizan had in this round have all gone up in air. And Kindo, all he can do is give it his best. Nothing more, nothing less. But this round destined for the Danes. Nodius with the first engagement. Salazar deep in the corner. This is going to be an awkward one for Kindo. Wherever he tries to peek first, he's going to be under a lot of eyes. Tricked. There you have it. They've been dominating from the first half. Sure, Partizan showed an inkling of getting back into this game at the end of the second one once they found some comfort on the CT, but it just wasn't enough. Tricked had just too much leeway. We know that they are, you know, in prone to potentially have shaky performances, but I feel like that was that extra mile.
And that's why I knew you never give the word to Pavlos, because you don't get to say anything else after that. We're ready for map number 2, though, folks. We jump right into this nuke here as Partizan starting on the CT side have already picked up that pistol round. This officially means that they are yet to drop a pistol in the series, meaning out of 6 rounds, how many pistols have we seen so far, Pavlos?
That is 3.
So, what is 3 out of 6?
Oh my God, don't do maths and broadcasters. Done it again. It's 50%, Ted. It's 50%. Oh my God. All right, well, tricked with pistols. And we already see Nodius getting some damage across. I am walking past that point, Ted. I can see you grinning. Stop it. It's making me mad, but I should be mad at myself more than anybody else. The pressure with a double. This round is already over.
You know what? It's just the fact that... Oh, okay. Hold on. This round is going. They do believe that they can win the round the same way that you did believe that 3 out of 6 is 33%. Let's see if it's going to work out for them, though. Collins, front hand, double peek on the other side. Then he does give away his life. Not a single point of damage, by the way, onto those Leaks and VOD players. Depression is the next one in line, and he's flopped it. Oh no, they really are giving this one away. Kindo needs to save them. A 1v2 clutch, but they are going up the A-bomb side, and he's one step ahead of this. He's already on the ladder.
Now that makes it a little bit better for Kindo, doesn't it? And now a one-on-one. And Leaks at least has got 40 seconds to play with, right? He doesn't necessarily need to stick around here. Kindo, considering if he wants to go for the swing, and it's the right decision to make. Leaks can't adjust on time. Kindo truly saves the day there. Tricked winning that could have been a disaster for Partizan. Let's see if the emotions have put fuel in the fire, though, for Partizan, because when you see a bit of that fire on their side of the camp, Tricked, this is an explosive showing. And Collins didn't expect for the life of him that Leaks would already find himself to the side. That is a clear bomb plant opportunity. Vladen, unable to get himself to the back line, blinking you miss it. Tricked have taken over.
Yep, you just go for the A-pop on the second timing, 139. You just don't go for it straight away off of spawn. You delay it 1-2 seconds to make them feel like it's not going to be a straight-up rush, and then the Uto comes out.
But when you talk about presence to the lower side of the map, to the -1 level, Partizan are nowhere to be seen. Apart from Vladen, now crossing into Ram to potentially asking for reinforcements. But Leak is already there, which Vladen reads. That's a big of a surprise. Expects it. And already Partizan with the numbers.
Still gotta be careful though. More players in towards that B bomb side, and Vladen is yet to receive any support. Might as well let them onto the bomb side here.
Bomb does go down. Already a 5v4. It's a difficult one for Partizan.
All of them need to come through from the ramp. This could be a bit of an issue. One-dimensional retake. They do have the kid on Kindo though.
But no smokes and mollies for Trick to stop them. Just a couple of flashes to potentially allow Nodius some fights that favor him. And there you have it. That's when he drops in. Salazar from a further distance will chip in out of battle. But apart from that, Partizan having big difficulty closing up this distance slowly but surely. Valda also finds another position to work with. And in his efforts to drop back, there's nothing Collins can do about this bomb exploding. Tricked, able to hold on with their lives. I think Valda will lose his life. But other than that, it is a round 1 for Tricked, and only 1 player surviving per side. Balan's got a decent position.
They're so quiet though. They could have gone back in towards the lobby. There's no reaction. Just now they will start pushing in towards that HUD position, but they're not really seeing a lot. And now they know it's a B play. Nothing to do to stop them though.
Look at Vladen. He's looking to push through the smoke.
That's
looking for the right time, and he can hear the movement. Salazar's not checking it. And even if his opponent peeks, it's a 4x3 setup. He won't be able to see him, and that's exactly what happens. That's the pickup, but Croc turns around on time. Holy moly, the reactions there.
It's another one. You can't play for it. You've got the kit, you've got the Uto. Sure, you want to start winning rounds. Dragon is already in there. You've got the double walk ramp. It's too risky, though. You lose 1 player in towards the ramp right now. Nodius. He does go down. There is an opportunity. Bomb halfway there. 20 seconds to work with. They could give it a go.
Yeah, but I think they might want to think better of the situation, especially when Trick continue to trade. The frags, Partizan having big difficulty getting back into the latter parts of the game, really. I mean, they're able to sustain the numbers, not be too far ahead, but they leave gaps that Trick can exploit and see towards the end.
You know what's the terrifying part about all of this, Pavlos, is the fact that we're looking at a game that Partizan have not dropped a single pistol round in so far. Imagine what happens if Tricked win. Tricked has been the far better team today so far, and this is a statement that even Partizan would agree with. And it is a little bit frustrating because you have been losing some closer rounds, but at this point, you don't really have a choice. And finally, we get to see that half-buy come through. You want to let, under those circumstances, Dragon hold on to the money for the O, but they will try and switch things up, yeah.
Really quick. And this time, Partizan have a good answer to it. The MP9's on that close distance, acting like a brick wall that Tricked walked straight into. Finally, Partizan get something work.
Of course, that's the round that they win cleanly.
Tricked. For a moment there, I thought Valdo was going to go a bit deep, but not the case. Crocs, that's an opening, that's a gap, and he's exploited it. Valdo at least has got still the high ground, which means he can weave in out and battle, having the advantage. Leak spray transfer now onto Collins, and this has gone awry. This has gone all wrong. Depression needs to find a freebie of a peak. He knows Leaks could be in main, but at the same time, doesn't know whether his other opponent is. There's the pickup. Now Leaks will turn around. He's low. The slow pick will favor Depression. Oh, smooth sailing by the end, but I wouldn't call that an easy affair. Partizan with the skin of the teeth are able to win this one.
Although I feel like Leaks has been the most impressive player of the game so far.
Sure.
I'm starting to turn into a Leaks fan.
It's been impressive. Oh, good reaction from Dragon.
Although I don't really like it when there's Leaks at home.
Yeah, not the best meal. Not my favorite either.
No, I meant
in
leaks
contrast
as
to
in sewage, you know?
Oh, leaks.
Like water leaks.
There's
yeah,
also
that's
like
the joke.
The plant, a leak.
Yeah, no, I know.
Not
Yeah.
my favorite, but yeah.
But we do like the player.
Also not fun. All right, can we get back on topic here, Ted? Dragon is, again, on the server, finally having impact. And around him, the team is rallying up. Bricks are struggling to find their entry picks, are unable to get themselves into conversation for a site take. Valda on his own little extremity, no one around him. Leaks has to drop back, 40 seconds on the clock, and if you're Tricked, you're probably thinking about save.
I think you're thinking about the damage, right? You don't want to get into a sticky situation where two of your players have rifles, everyone else is on an eco round, and then a couple of the up-and-coming buys are a little bit scrappy. Might as well give it a go. 25 seconds. Afraid that's the kill that seals the deal when Collins will charm in with another. So that's another clean round coming in for Partizan, and now we're finally starting to see
Salazar looking to pave the way for the rest of his team to join in. This is a deep angle from Dragon, and one which Salazar cannot expect on time. Brilliant read. And now Tricked again in square zero.
also the change of hand side as well. Make sure you open up a little bit of an angle for yourself. Have better vision. Thing is, do they realize there was more people to cross right after him? Crook has found a kill on Collins right now, and he's still on the prowl. They're out to be bomb site. No one knew about it.
Oh.
Where's Dragon?
This
Isn't
is
he
getting
down
a little
there?
bit more complicated. He is around. Valda falls into his arms. Finds a second pick as well. Dragon is having a star-like performance yet again. Croc is nowhere to be seen. So it means that it's all down to Nodius, but he's also not around. This is just going to get defused, and there's nothing that can be done about it.
Why is no one on the bomb yet?
I don't know. Why isn't it defused yet? Croc has been revealed. Surely you realize Nodius is in a similar state as his teammate. Not quite close enough to the action. And there goes the end of the half. Partizan able to close things out with a bit of a bang. 7-5 being the score. Still a close affair, but it's good to see that Partizan are back on track.
Yeah, this is looking much more like it now. Good effort there from Croc, but I guess Dragon just had a big round. We're going to see the replay. This is what it looks like when Dragon's having a field day.
Yeah, easy to speak. In the language each understand. Still though, Mr. Round's back. Partizan 3 out of 3 so far. If they make it a 4th, they might just be online to
Ramp rush.
breach Tricked's map. Nodius can hear the commotion. Dropping back. There's a rush. Tries to stick around. Depression jumping over him, and it's just enough to crumple Nodius's body. And all of a sudden, it's Partizan that take full site control. Leaks under a bit of pressure. He's hoping that his teammates are nearby to help him as well. Jump skip. And more frags found by the dual Berettas of Leaks and Valda.
and it seems it's all going well for the Danish side. Depression all remains, but somehow he's able to find every single one. A 1v3 possible by Depression puts Partizan on a 4 out of 4 streak on the pistol rounds.
It puts Tricked in Depression. That is absolutely phenomenal. An
Green
epic
screen,
fail.
flames, and
Yeah, some old school 2012 YouTube explosions in the background. Boom.
first blood. Scout looking dangerous, and you are approaching an MP9 setup by Valda. Leaks
That's terrifying.
not tested, so he could also jump into back his teammates' position. Vladen unable to convert. A lot of damage on the second one. Dragon holds his own as well. He's a lone man army on that squeaky push, and he finds both kills. It's
Low
insane.
HP.
Nodius takes down a lot of his own health to get that done, but
what?
Salazar has a chance to re-swing with a scout. What is going on?
He's low.
Dragon, you need to step up. Salazar repositions entirely, closes up the distance, and wants to be a surprising factor. Dragon doesn't know. Oh, now he does. Okay, never mind. Well, that's going to make it easier for Dragon. A 3-piece 4 around the clutch. Partizan deny Trick the opportunity to clutch this. At least in this point in time. Right. Maybe silent, but there's no silence of the lambs here. Oh, disconnect by Collins. And I think that might have been right before the pickup. I don't know if damage
It doesn't
was
matter.
taken.
Vladen was already tagged.
Vladen
before
was
that.
already damaged
Yeah.
up? Okay, so round continues as normal. This could potentially be the freest of plants.
I think this could be a 4-man safer Trick. I mean, if no one rotates down in and you don't find a kill before they plant the bomb and you're just far away, you know you can't go down the vent. Now you've heard the steps,
no.
you know you're screwed up.
Oh dear.
That's a save. This round is over.
This
They can't play.
is Partizan without losing a single player apart from a disconnect on Collins. Avoid any sort of confrontation, end up with the bomb plant, and get the round win off the back of it. That is Nuke in a nutshell, I guess.
That makes Collins feel so good about it, by the way, because he literally disconnected. Yeah, so we either come back from a technical timeout to have a shorter amount of playtime, or we come back to the most epic comeback we've seen in this event after the 2-10 comeback yesterday between the sides of Ruby and Sparta. So let's see. But we're in the playoffs now, so we are hoping if there is indeed a comeback involved, it will make a little bit more sense. Double rotate down, Leaks completely unprepared for the play with the Mag-10. Collins runs down Croc and Nodius, unless he goes absolutely huge in towards the B-bomb side. This will be 12 rounds Partizan.
Yeah, he's got to go berserk. He's found himself some cover between the smoke there. He spots
didn't
that
see
one
him.
player going into control room, but the fact that Valda has gone down as well just makes the
They don't
chances
know.
less for him. Element of surprise is in his favor, and with the bomb dropping, there's an opportunity here.
There's no way, right? That's a 2v5.
2 seconds on the clock, and Partizan are making sure they're not leaving any stone unturned. Salazar being backstabbed, this should be an easy pickup for Vladen. And indeed, that is the case. Double kill for Vladen, and this one is cleaned up. 12 now in the books for Partizan, 1 away from sealing the deal.
An Inferno coming up right after this, folks. It's all about that one round that Partizan need to take us there, and at this point, with how one-sided this nuke has been, it would be difficult to say that they are not the favorites going forward. Salazar is still up to give them a little bit of a fight, though. Oper going aggressive in towards outside. Opening pick is secured. And they are still blocked everywhere else on the map. So a little bit difficult right now for Partizan to look for an equalizing kill.
Forced off position. Croc able to find one, but it's not without the return from Kindo. And with Partizan now moving towards ramp, this is a perfect situation. Potentially gain themselves the lead, but look at the close-in from Tricked as well. 2 players strong. Looking to converge on Depression's angle. He's posted. This is the right angle for him. He is looking in the wrong direction.
What?
Great flick. Catches Leaks off. Has got a chance for the second shot, but Nodius, thankfully for him, and Tricked holds on to his life.
Silent as possible. They do have a little bit of YouTube as well, though. You could smoke and try and plant inside of it, but the steps have been heard already. Nodius should know what's going on.
Kindo not looking in the right direction. Oh, that's ahead.
Hold
Valen
on.
keeps his teammate afloat. Oh, dear.
Tricked no longer have the upper hand. Valder loses his life to flames. Oh no, Salazar left to do all the heavy lifting. He's being sprayed upon, a gap found by Vlad, and he's just toying with his opponents, weaving in and out of that smoke, and making it look clean. 13-5, back-to-back maps on the same damn score, but this time it's Partizan to show up. It'll always be Bulgaria in our hearts. Still a Bulgarian core and a Bulgarian org. And the Bulgarian caster covering it as well. Is it?
The orc
okay.
is, yeah.
Damn
500
it. Well,
is Polish.
My bad. All right, well, we've already seen first blood take place. Leaks has already lost his life. Ooh, nice push there from Nodius. Dragon didn't stand a chance to react to that one, and Tricked are considering breaking into this A site. A single defender left for it. Collins flashed, dropping back behind the smoke. This should be a free plant of the C4.
Yeah, it's a good post plan. All in all, no kit for the CT side. Valda's got in a good spot. There goes the first one tapping away. It's a 1-for-1 refrag. Still does this part of it. Again, there is a smoke for the defuse. No kit though, so Partizan will have to be pretty quick with this one.
Indeed. But a lot of difficult and intricate positions that Partizan need to take care of, and number one of these is Croc. Partizan hiding within the safety of the smoke. Nodius reveals himself in pit and gets one in the process. Kindo knows this is under a lot of trouble, tries to create space within that smoke to shoot in with, but Croc able to find his mark first. And you know where the pressure's coming from. Both players looking in his direction, and for the first time in this series, Ted, Trick to have won a pistol round.
The more you study the timings, the more you study the util, how you can be as efficient as possible, the better you are. That's exactly what Danes do, in case you didn't know, folks. They're the nerds of Counter-Strike.
Oh, Kindo with in the smoke could be a little bit dangerous, but none of those bullets really land. And B-side control taken by the Danish side. Bomb finding itself into the ground. Partizan, even though they've got 4 players, and they're on the outside looking in. And you've even left Dragon all to himself over to this A site. It very much feels like it could be another save. Positives for them is that Trick to run out of utility, but again, you don't know that.
It's a dream start for the strict side, especially if you're able to hold on to some of the guns. Swing probably coming in 3, 2, 1. Partizan goes in and they go out. Dragon actually does get a double kill out of this. This is not too bad.
Okay.
A quick reminder, you do get extra $50 for every single kill you get, and this is not just you. This is every single one of your teammates gets $50 a piece. So even if it is exit kills, we're still at the start of the map, and those kills do matter. They do make a difference for the CT side's economy state, but they still need to start picking up the rounds, and this is a good way to up your chances for such a thing. Depression with an opening kill. Salazar does go down. He had to register a kill, and the Danes trying to respond back with something quick in towards A, but Depression's still in the spot.
And Dragon is also performing quite well, so Trick's pace up doesn't quite work out for them, especially with Vladen breaking through. The flash is pretty damn impressive as well. Kindo and Vladen are able to pincer the remaining T-side players, move out of the way, but not quite the timing that Trick wanted to get the first pickup, and now need to be curious about their backside. They've left the B site unattended. Banana could have been crossed by Kindo.
They need to play through this smoke, right? They know they've got a timing. You gotta go. You've left everything else. You gotta break it. You gotta get the kill on Kindo.
Breakaway HE. Kindo taking into a corner. Leaks able to get to his his head first. Although he does have to drop to 13 points of health. The push is on for Trick. No more smokes. Actually, it was just the one thrown in, the last one available to them. Molly out, Collins swings either way, doesn't care. And Trick to found B-site access. Look at this backside though, Dragon taking up this coffins angle, and he's not all by himself, he's got support. Depression even further back. Nodius, well aware. And you've got to realize Depression is lingering in the shadows as well, going in for the test. But shots missed. And a forced drop back here for Partizan. One more pick and maybe Partizan consider this, but without it, Tricked are not letting go of the site and don't lose their eye off the ball for too long.
That's what we were talking about, by the way. This round is a great example of why VOD could be a really good in-game leader for a team like this, and why he is a really good in-game leader for a team like this, by the way. You get the set piece, low on money, a couple take nines, you bring in the pace, a couple guys through second middle, the deep flashes going towards mid, you push them back. They even could have gotten the kill onto the long player, by the way. We didn't catch it on the replay, but the long guy was fully blinded. It's just that no one was looking there. You push away the CTs from middle. They know you're working with limited utility, so through their minds, it should be a one-dimensional round, right? If they just have a certain amount of smokes and flashes, why go through the bother of faking out?
This tactic of allowing their opponents to expend their utility and instantly again moving into Collins' position. Smoke nearby. The cross coming in through Croc, but he's just there as cannon fodder. B-site takeover, 4v4, and it might just be the saving simulator today.
Yeah, it's just disturbed with Counter-Strike, right? You go for the CT smoke, you just peek half a second before it opens up, so you're giving yourselves the opportunity to get that 1-for-1 refrag onto Collins. It doesn't really matter that he gets a kill, and now Trick know it. As long as they stay alive and they don't get spammed down or killed by the util being thrown, Partizan should save right now, and Vladen is walking in towards the ruins. What are they going for? Are they gonna try?
They get a
They're
pick.
going?
This could be doable.
It's so
Leak's
late.
dead. The push is on from Trick, though.
There's no way.
Depression holds on from BCT. You're running out of time, though. Valda, close by. An interrupter. Depression looks to go for the peak, and he's received the pickup. But you've got plenty of time to get this defuse on. Surely you do. Partizan win the retake. When you least expect it, they take over.
But you're hearing a lot of commotion right now if you're Trick. You know they've cleared apps. You know they've cleared top banana. Croc has been demolished by the nade. Needs to drop the rifle over to somebody else. It will be another B exec, but Collins is not really alone anymore, and that nade could do even more damage. Look at that.
Croc no more. So even though Croc was not going to give over that AK, now he doesn't really have the choice. No glands covering the boost position as well. Double mollies the backside, and it does impact the remaining CT players. Collins has to play aggressive, but it pays nicely for him. Double kill for the Partizan side. And you've even got rotators around. Vladen approaching the site. Leaks losing most of his health in that engagement, even though he wins that fight. Salazar gets caught on the offside of the smoke. Bomb goes down and Leaks with 4 points of health has got to do this all by himself. Depression, able to swing on time. The release of the trigger lands on his opponent's face. And Partizan looking stronger by the second on this CT side on Inferno. Force up, but this time around do not have the delicacy of having some spare cash available.
Let's go, VOD. Roll back the years. Show them what that 2018 top 20 player looks like. Exactly what it looks like.
Maybe next time.
That's why it's not 2020 anymore.
Nope.
There you go.
That's a good opener for Leaks. But Partizan have the good setup here. I'm looking at the
more
information. They
1Gs.
can see everybody trying to close up the distance. Croc,
Let's go.
there's a bit of an answer there. The rifle's a bit out of reach. Depression survives. Bomb down for Tricked.
That's tricky.
No guns again for Trick, though. If you stay with pistols, your chances are slim. Molly gets shot across the box. No, can't really be toyed with. There are two players here. I wonder if Nodius goes for the swing and allows Croc to stay alive. But this is going to be a wide-angle attack. Croc trying to keep his teammate afloat, but not quite possible with a plethora of Partizan players approaching from all the types of directions. 4-4 is the score, with Partizan equalizing the endeavor.
Buy round coming up for the Dane. Salazar yet to register his first kill. T-side opening on Inferno could be a little bit of a bother to deal with sometimes, but they will still need him if they want to get a couple more here before the switch. Partizan have been able to recover this one perfectly with Depression playing a massive role and all of that on his 8 kills. Look at Apps. Look at Depression.
Oh dear. Salazar didn't expect that for the life of him. And even though there's a bit of a fight back with Nodius against Dragon, it's not quite good enough for Trick. Back to ground zero, looking to see what the right approach is. You've already got a couple of chips towards that left-hand side, but Partizan looking to re-clear.
It's so unfortunate for Salazar as well. He's trying to switch things up and he walks right into but look at Leaks. He's just walking out of the apartment. Valen posted well, needs to get the first one, knows that there's a second player as well. He's playing this one perfectly right now. He's even got a smoke for the molly.
He's covering every single track. No issues here, and he's got friends also to hold his hand. Oh, not that he needs them. Eventually goes down. But this leaves Trick's captain to himself. 55 seconds and the C4. Not impossible, but not ideal either.
He's missed him.
But Kindo knows that there's a timing available for him, which he indeed will pick up without taking a hint of damage in the process, right? The two remaining players. Great. They've had difficulties breaching. at the first instances so far. Depression again with the right idea. But now at Trick, they've got the information of where the AWP player is, and Molly has blocked them back in, but do you expect 3 to be around with them? I don't think you do. Collins ready for Crocs' push. And with that, again tricked on the back foot from the gun.
And that feels like such a big loss. I mean, look at the damage inflicted onto the B players from Partizan, but it doesn't really mean anything.
Kendo Collins, the duo, holding down this B site forward. Smoke giving Tricked a chance to flood out. Collins finds 2, and Kindo with the higher ground will make sure no one passes by him.
Yeah, Utah-wise, not the round with the utmost freedom creatively for Tricked. Relying on hitting the shots.
And I wonder if they'll try and play aggressive off the back of it as well. Collins gets the better end of so many of these down players, making them low, and 1 HE will just put limbs all over this banana point of the map. Blood everywhere, guts splattered, and Trick nowhere to be found. Partizan putting their foot down on the CT side and not letting go. Where some of these players didn't quite get things going yet.
I want to say he's had the most unfortunate of games, and if he gets fully blinded into a full Glock headshot, yep, exactly what happens. 0 and 10, 4 and 12 for a Krog. This B-bomb side has fallen down. This pistol round is already over.
He can't catch a break, dude, and neither can Trick, to be fair. That was a clean 1-2 there from Partizan. Not much could go wrong with that pop flash.
You know what's the worst part about it for Salazar? And in a lot of those situations, I wouldn't even say it's his fault, right? He's not necessarily doing anything bad. It's just one of those games.
So Tricked limited to just the 1 pistol in the series. No other chances to increase that one.
But instead is all the suffering in the world for the Dane. Salazar yet to register a kill, and at this point, he might not even get a single one for this entire map of play. Depression is 14 and 4. That game has been such a great example of that never die mentality for the side of Partizan. And look at Dragon go. He's just mowing them down through smokes at this point. Leagues didn't even get to see his opponent, and Notice is already down to 12 HP.
It's getting from bad to worse, Ted. It is not looking like this day is getting any brighter for this Trick side, but at least Salazar is making that big green chime, making it sing. Say a tune or two. He's going to make it be quiet for a little while, jumping through the smoke. Apartments taken up. Partizan, though, switching their minds, breaking through their opponents' spawn. It feels like VADA is aware that something like this could happen. He's a smart lad, he is. But is he ready for this amount of players to be around? And has he got the crosshair adjustment to make it work? And I don't think he does. Depression looks to see if he can make the difference, but it's Collins all day here and streamlining it towards B. You've left 1 player behind. He could act as the back flank if it's needed, but it won't even come down to that. A quick plant, and it's going to be the 12th without no issue for this Partizan squad.
I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I thought Kinder would be a little bit more speedy about it, but...
Yeah, you know what? Their situation is dire enough for us not to figure out, not to try and find out ways for us to make it sound even worse. If Partizan was a Google review restaurant, or a restaurant which you're Google reviewing, you'd give them the 0 stars if you're Trick. If you're a Serbian Counter-Strike fan, you're giving them a 10 out of 10 right now.
It's 5 stars, Ted. It's 5 stars. But
oh yeah, it wasn't 10.
Find a way to make it 10.
you could guess that I've never tried, right?
Yeah, it's all right. I never put a Google review in, but always look at it from time to time, though.
Right. One of those people.
And you want to make sure you're going to the good places.
Yeah, I hear you. Salazar definitely not going to the good places.
No.
He's in a terrible spot right now. 1 and 13 going down instantly, and this could be the final round of play.
He's in a terrible spot. He's 6 feet under, Ted. And the rest of the Tricked side might be following suit, and indeed that is going to be the case. Depression. This has been his map. I feel like Depression has completely showed up, whether that is on the AK-47, whether that is on the AWP, whether that is on a pistol. He's been online, provided so many of these entries, multi-frags, holds, Tricked, in dire straits. And there's even guarantees to this round. Collins waiting for the smoke to subside, and then he'll swing. Then he'll make his presence known. Sure, Croc was wary of something like this, but was never ready for what Partizan had in store for them. That is going to be a reverse sweep brought in from Partizan. What a showing. Even one-upping the score of Nuke. It's a 13-4 to close out Inferno.